Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Minnesota RØKKR pre-show. I'm super stoked because today is the start of the Stage 5 Major on LAN. No more group play this year. It's all about LAN and champs right now. I am Ashley, aka MiDNiTE, joined by Brett from the K Fan. What's good, Brett? How are you?
I'm actually in the studio today, so I can see the common man. He's looking at me like, what are you doing?
Like, what is going on?
Yeah, he's just questioning everything right now. But I'm very excited to be here. And the end of online for now, so that's great. It should just be LAN from this time going forward. Yes, prayers. Thank you very much. So we'll see how much that changes everything, and we'll see. The first match is Surge, and I'm sure we'll talk about that. But I'm just excited that online for now is dead, and I'm very happy about it.
I couldn't be more happy too, because I don't know. I'm just sick of. We've had a year and a half of it. Of online Call of Duty?
Yeah.
I'm just really glad that we were even able still to have the league and have the matches, and we're really fortunate from that aspect. But at the same time, let's get back on LAN. And this event in Arlington. So if you guys know, Stage 5 Major taking place in Arlington, Texas, at the Esports Stadium. It's going to have fans. This is the first CDL fan event in a very long time, like a year and a half at least. So I'm super stoked for that. I don't want to flex on you, Brett, and I know I called you short notice for today, but where are your uplights, bro? What?
Yeah, we're not really a video content studio here at the fan.
Okay.
So I'm sure I hope I sound great.
You sound better than me. So we're balancing each other out. I've got
exactly.
the lights. You've got the better mic. We're a team. This is how we duo this.
Yeah, they're just regular lights that just are, you can probably get at Home Depot for $5 or less. So yeah,
it's very harsh.
Video. Yeah,
it's quite harsh. You look great though. You look great.
Thank
honestly,
you.
I just wanted to flex the uplights. Honestly, that's why I brought
they
it
look good. That replay.
Thanks, man.
Oh, sorry. Review room. Sorry.
Yes, it is
incredible.
the review room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brett actually was able to come through to RØKKR HQ. You've definitely been here before, but you were here again to do the co-stream for the home series, or Minnesota RØKKR home series, so that was really cool. And yeah, we'll have to have you back sometime. I know today was just so short notice. I don't think I could have accommodated you in this setup. Yeah, we got you. We also did the first ever and the last co-stream live from a bar at McGovern's for the Minnesota RØKKR home series. Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm sure we'll do that again, but as you guys know, the co-stream is no longer. We just do this pre-show and kind of just vibe out. I think it's a cooler way to just kind of get together, cover everything, and then we'll just, we're going to turn up and watch the match later. Speaking of watching the match later, if you guys are local here in the Twin Cities, we're going to be having a watch party at Uptown in Minneapolis. It's an amazing barcade, good time, good drinks, good food, games. Our game's going to be on the TV. It's going to be nuts. I'm going to be there. I'm going to get hype. I'm going to, I'm going to be smashing beer cans together and pouring them all over myself. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to have a good time. So I'm excited for that. But I mean, let's talk some Call of Duty here. We have a hard match today, Brett. We're going in hot into Stage 5. We are going up against FaZe, Atlanta FaZe, the by far #1 ranked team in the league. We did play them on LAN previously. Then I think we also matched up against them in groups. Both did not go the way we wanted it to, but I guess I kind of wanted to get your thought because we have recently seen that FaZe is indeed mortal. They did lose to Optic Gaming. It was an insane game. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Can RØKKR beat FaZe today? And do you think they will?
Well, when you said they have a tough match in FaZe, I think that's the understatement of the century because FaZe is just head and shoulders better than everybody in almost every facet of the game. I mean, you can ask any team in the league, even your Optic, who I love how you got that in, that Optic beat them. Congratulations for that. Yeah, I know that's, I think you get paid a dollar every time. So
nope, I'm just repping the set.
I know. I'm just giving you crap. So yeah, I think they're really, really good. And, I talked to Brian and Standy on the latest edition of RØKKR Talker that just came out this morning. Thank you very much. We talked about the FaZe matchup, and they were basically saying that they just didn't play confidently. They weren't pushing up and putting pressure on the map, and they were just kind of treating them, like they're so good that they have to play so passively to kind of counteract. It didn't work, obviously. But that first series where it was 3-1 was actually pretty decently close. It was the second series that was on LAN that everyone collectively was disappointed in with the team and the coaches, and they just were not happy with where their game was at that point. Can it be done? They were very confident this morning. They were very confident. I asked Brian if RØKKR are just going to fly under the radar, and I believe he said only for a few more days is what he said. So yeah, he is very, very confident. Standy's very, very confident. That makes me very, very happy. So we'll see what happens today. I'm hoping for the best. If it comes down to points, predicting, maybe we'll talk then. But I'm confident that it'll at least be a good series, and that's all you can ask for against FaZe.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think obviously seeing FaZe lose to Optic, and I think they've lost what, 4 matches this year. 2 of them were to Toronto, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it Dallas? No, it's Toronto. It's been an insane run for FaZe this year. You look back at the match that we played against them on LAN. They did win 3-0. I believe at least 2 of the games are very close, and the first hard point from that match was extremely winnable, right? Like, we were right there. And so that gives you a little bit of confidence. But then afterwards, Coach Saint came out, and maybe we'll be able to show this, but he had the freaking heat in an interview. He was upset, kind of to the points you just made of we put them on a pedestal. We weren't playing our game. We were playing to them. We can't do that. We know we can beat them, but don't take my word for it. Let's just watch the interview. I kind of do want to relive it. Shannon, if you got it. Shout out producer Shannon, by the way, running the pre-show, runs the podcast. Let's freaking go. I'd love to see kind of where Brian was at after our most recent FaZe matchup on LAN.
We're joined by Brian St. Baraska after a 3-0 loss to the Atlanta FaZe in the winter semis. Goes without saying, but how big would it have been for this team to secure a top 3 finish with the win here?
I mean, getting top 3 is awesome. Start being in winners finals. I mean, it's definitely what we wanted, but I mean, we came out and we played incredibly scared. We treated those guys like they're gods on the top of the mountain, and we were kissing their feet for them. Basically, it was the worst we've ever played.
That Game 2 round 11 loss was a big momentum suck. Do you think the team confidence took a hit there and snowballed into that fast control?
I mean, losing around 11 is never good. We definitely could have bounced back into control because we were down 2-0 against them last time after losing a really close Game 1 and then winning 6 rounds in a row in the S&D. But we just showed them way too much respect. It was honestly pathetic out of us.
What are some key points you think you could take away from this series to come out a better team tomorrow and make a deep run?
I mean, if we look at our match versus New York the other day, we played with so much confidence. Our teamwork was on point. And against these guys, we would get kills. We would not move on the map. We treated them like they are 10 cuts above everyone else in the league, and they're not. They're normal human beings just like everyone else. And they keep getting these wins because teams show them way too much respect.
Thanks for your time, Brian. Good luck tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Sheesh, a little tough love from Coach right there. But I remember seeing that interview come in, and I was like, "Yo, guys, we're posting this, yeah?" And they're like, "Yup." Like the players were in the room, I guess, when he did that interview, and it's no secret that we have high standards for this team, and I think that's good. That's the only way you get better. If you go into a matchup versus a team like FaZe, and you're thinking, well, maybe we'll rip a win. Who knows? No, you got to go in there confident. And that's one thing, recently this past weekend with the match against Florida Mutineers, that was a high stakes match. They're nipping at our heels there. We're in 6th place, which for those of you guys that don't know, if we get top 6, which we currently have right now in the league at Call of Duty Champs, we will be in the winners bracket. We'll be all right. We'll be sitting pretty. We'll be feeling good. But however, if we get 7th or 8th, we will be in the losers bracket starting at Champs, which means we can't lose at all at that event or we're out. And so we've got LA Thieves on our heels, right? We got a recent win against them. And then we had Florida was a really big obstacle last week. And not only did the match implicate us starting winners bracket for stage 5, which is this weekend, but also just keeps us ahead of them for the seeding for Champs, which is later in August. So getting that huge win versus Florida, not only did we win, but it was a 3-0. I mean, it was a stomping. I was at Waconia Brewing Company over in Waconia at the watch party there. We were turning up. It was super hype. So it was, that kind of confidence, though, is something that I think this team has needed to pick up on. I've always said that if this team's firing on all cylinders, they're all playing their best games, they're a really scary team, and it just hasn't happened yet. But versus a team like Florida, who we've notoriously not been doing well against all year. That was a really big indicator for me that it's gonna be, hopefully it's gonna be bad for anyone that we play in the future. What was your take, Brett, on the recent Florida match and how we kind of secured winners for this event and stayed in sixth for now for champs?
Yeah, Florida's kind of been an up and down team that can look really good and can beat a top. I mean, it was like RØKKR stage 1 and stage 2. They could compete with a really good team, and then they could look really bad against a really bad team. And it just kind of goes back and forth. You never really know what you're going to get with Florida, and they've made some moves. But not only did they beat Florida, they dominated Florida. They wiped the map with Florida. I mean, it was not even close. It was a quick 3-0, 3-0 in the control. It was not pretty, folks. And that really gave me a lot of confidence going forward. And as far as the Saint interview, like, if he said that to us, think about it, if he said that to us in the public, he probably said something a little worse to the guys in closed doors, if we're being honest. So I like the high standards. I think we should never be just content with, well, we've got our roster and that's what it's going to be, and maybe we'll win, maybe we won't. No, we deserve, or not deserve, we expect to win every single time we go out there. And I love that. I love the passion about it and just keeping it real. That Florida game, though, I mean, that's one of those games you just put on and you're like, man, can this roster be good? And you hit play and you're like, oh man, they can be really good. They can be extremely good.
Especially because Florida had been looking pretty good recently as well. I think they had just taken out Dallas, right?
Yep.
Which, that was really huge as well. So yeah, that match versus Florida gave me a lot of just hype. Obviously coming off a hard loss versus Dallas, like Dallas really looked like they outmatched and outpaced us while we were at McGovern's. Thankfully we were right there. We could go get a drink right after. And it's crazy though to see if you're going to have a burst of confidence and self-belief, right now is the freaking time. And I feel like the energy going into the last two LAN events of the season and having a big win over someone you needed to win, like when the pressure was on, like there's not a lot more pressure that can come to a group play match than you not making winners at champs, right? Like, obviously, there's still games left to play. There's still some things, knock on wood, hopefully they won't happen, where we could fall out of sixth place. But that win versus Florida really gave us a big, huge step of momentum in the right direction. So, speaking of momentum, I also did catch up with Standy. I know you had him on the RØKKR podcast, which, by the way, if you guys don't know, check out RØKKR podcast. It's on the iHeartRadio app and other places that you get podcasts. Brett Blakemore does frequent interviews. Hey, I got you, brother. I appreciate you coming on. Sure. No, I literally was like a day ago, like, hey, can you do the pre-show? Because Icon's out of town. I definitely accidentally didn't reference where Icon is. Icon's out of town, all right? He's on summer vacation. He's doing his thing. And yeah, he was like, oh, I'm actually not going to be home for this, so Mobby. And I was like, I got it. We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, shoot, if you were coming on, I still would have brought the hype. I would have talked to myself. I don't care. I would have been mad hype for stage 5 if you didn't have a pre-show talk to the chat. But
I got you.
So yeah, I appreciate you coming on, but you caught up with Standy and Coach Saints, and I actually caught up with Standy this week as well. I wanted kind of his perspective going into stage 5 major here. Like, obviously, it's his rookie season. He's got a lot of hype. It's really interesting to kind of catch up with him, see where he's at and how he's feeling. And obviously, we all know this is a huge match today versus FaZe. So I'd love to kick it over to that interview. We did, I guess you call it like a midnight chat with Standy. Enjoy.
Eli, what's good? It's so awesome to sit down and chat with you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Ashley. I'm excited to be here, and I'm doing great. So.
Let's go. I'm doing great too. It's a big weekend this weekend. Obviously, stage 5 major LAN group play over. The league matches over. It's all about stage 5 major now and champ. So I wanted to connect with you today on the pre-show and ask how you doing, how you feeling. Are you amped going back into LAN and then ultimately champs?
I mean, I'm like as excited as you can get, to be honest. Like going back to LAN, also like the fans are going to be there. It's unfortunate that they're not going to be there the first 2 days, but either way, I'm still pumped. And I mean, the team has been playing great last few days. So I mean, I'm in a really, really good mood and I'm really, really confident. So I'm excited.
That's a great way to go into it. I mean, you guys played super well in a very, very important match versus Florida Mutineers. Listen, I'm drinking the purple Kool-Aid all day, okay? You know me, I'm a big, I was even surprised that you guys took it to Florida the way you did in
Yeah.
such a critical match. That was basically a must-win to just keep trying to secure that 6th seed for champs and stay where you're at. Talk about the match a little bit. How'd you feel going into it, and do you think it gives you some momentum coming into this weekend?
Yeah, so before that match against Florida, we were like practicing really, really well. And like I think like our main focus during practice was just like teamwork and just like making sure that like whatever we want to do, like we're just actually doing it together. And like I mean, as Rocker says, like we're actually like playing as one, like literally. So like that's been our focus. And going into that match, we scrimmed like a top team. We had to warm up against a top team, and we were like kind of smoking them before that match. Like I knew going to that match that as long as we just play how we have been playing, we're gonna come out and really like put the hammer down and surprise some people. And we've just been really like honing down on like teamwork and working together. And I think that that Florida match like really kind of showed that like what we've been working on and like how like dangerous we can actually be when we're playing together. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of been the story all year is when you guys are firing on all cylinders, playing really well together, you guys can, I think, take it to any team. And so, obviously, you're going to need to bring that energy into this weekend. We are fortunate enough to be starting in the winners bracket of Stage 5 Major, but we will be facing Atlanta FaZe at 5 p.m. on Thursday today. It's going to be nuts. Tell me a little bit about like your preparation going into the match. Do you go into that match differently, knowing that you're going up against FaZe, or is it just like you got to play your game? What's your vibe?
I think we're definitely gonna like do a little bit of preparation, like watching some VODs, like seeing a little bit, like maybe see like some of their tendencies, see what they like to do on certain maps we might play them against. But other than that, I think we're just gonna really focus on playing our game and playing how we have been lately. Because in scrims, we've been looking like really, really like probably it's kind of the perfect timing because I feel like personally like we've been looking the best we have like these last few days of scrims in the last like week or so that we have all year, and it's almost like something kind of clicked, and I think we just been really like actually creating a lot of consistency in our gameplay. And like I mean, teamwork really does make the dream work. Like that's all I can say. It's like we've been getting a lot better, and I'm so excited.
I love to hear that, dude. That gets me hype. I mean, we're about to watch you guys play later today. I'm so stoked. I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much for coming on, saying hello. Is there anything you want to say to either the RØKKR fans or the Standy stands out there? What would you like to say?
Shout out all you guys. I mean, I love you guys. The team loves you guys, and I think we're gonna come out here. If we play our game, we might be able to cause a few upsets, and don't be surprised if something crazy happens. That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, yep.
Oh my gosh, dude, I'm mad hype. I'm so stoked to watch you play this weekend, and I'm excited to hopefully see you guys just go all the way off at the end of the year here for champs. Thank you again so much for coming on, Eli, and we'll catch you next time.
Absolute hype driver,
go.
dude. I mean, did you get hype after seeing that? He just seems so like genuinely comfortable, excited, happy. That's the energy you need going into a weekend like this.
Yeah, it's confidence. It's just don't be surprised if we're gonna do something special, whatever that may be. And that's kind of the vibes like I've been getting from everyone is that they're just so confident in how scrims are going. And I mean, yeah, it's a tale as old as time. We're playing well, scrims are going well, but it seems different this time. It seems like everyone is really confident, everyone's really frying, and you know, when you're frying in scrims and you have that confidence going, sometimes that's all you need to get the ball rolling. And what a better time to play your best COD than towards the end of the season. This season has flown by the way, too. Doesn't it feel like?
It's almost August, dude. I don't understand what time is. Like, I mean, I do just feel like I time traveled because I just watched my previous self interview Standy. Or wait, no, that was my identical twin. She was live with Standy, guys. Trust me. Nah, you guys don't want 2 midnights. Trust me, that's too much. But no, I am genuinely so excited for this weekend. I am still nervous, right? We do hold the 6th seed, which does grant us winners bracket at champs in a few weeks. But I mean, I was doing some quick math. I was looking at the if and whens. I mean, we do play the #1 team in the league right off the rip. I do think that even if we do somehow go to the lower bracket, like we're going to, you know, I think we're better than a lot of the other teams in the league, especially if we play how we did versus Florida last weekend. But it's all about just that replication of that day, right? Like, did you just have a really good day, or has there been a real significant spark for this team? We're going to see that today, I think. And I wouldn't be surprised if they came out and did the dang thing versus FaZe. I mean, they
Who
did
knows?
just you never know. And
Mhm.
FaZe did just lose to Optic, which typically, like, after a loss like that, they rebound pretty nicely, and they definitely did to finish out groups. But hey, man, it's LAN. Anything can happen. I'm not gonna call the upset, but I mean, I definitely did because I predicted it. But I'm I'm just stoked to kind of see how it goes. So, I mean, let's talk a little bit more about some of the other matches. I'd love to kind of look at, you know, the schedule that we got for today. Who's playing today? We've got, first off, is in about 8 minutes, the CDL stream is gonna start. We got Seattle versus Paris.
Barn
and
burner.
Barn burner. That's gonna be crazy. And then New York Subliners versus LAG. It's crazy because two of these four teams, this is their last match of the season. They are not going to champs.
Yeah.
This is the last time we will see them play. They're on LAN. They're going to get to go out the way they want, I guess, which is on LAN. But man, do you have like expectations for the first couple maps or matches? Sorry, what are you thinking with Seattle and Paris?
Yeah, my biggest thing is the biggest difference of any team going from online to LAN. We've heard it all year long. Just wait until LAN. We're gonna fry everybody on. Everyone pretty much played the same except for Seattle Surge. They were the only team that had a significant improvement, and that's because Grumpy Sam was not there, and Happy Human Turret Sam, as in Octane, was there, and it made a difference. And he was finding his form again. So I expect Surge to have that Happy Human Turret Sam back, and that probably is going to push Paris through. Something I did want to mention too, because we mentioned that, you know, we're in the 6th seed. The two teams below us, Thieves and Mutineers, and oh, well, we have to play FaZe, and they could catch up. LA Thieves get Toronto tonight, not any better, and
not where you want to be.
Florida starts in losers, so not. Oh wait, hang on, I might actually be wrong about that. I think
no, you're correct.
No, they do.
You're correct.
They do start in losers. I'm right. So it's not like they have an easier path per se. So, and we have a 20-point lead. But yeah, Human Turret might make a return today, which you always love to see.
Yeah. Well, so we I don't know if you watch the rotation, because we also do a podcast, the Rotation podcast, and we do predictions every week. We've been keeping score all season to see where, you know, everybody's at. Obviously, we've got, like I said, the two matches today that we just talked about. Then we got Atlanta FaZe versus RØKKR, and then, like you just mentioned, Ultra versus LA Thieves. I would love to, so I've already made my predictions this week on the rotation, but I would love to know your predictions and also predictions from the chat. Who do you think's got it today, and who do you think's going home? I mean, yeah, like literally two of these teams, it's their last game of the season. That's crazy. Let's take a look at the predictions and kind of let me know where you're at. I'm trying to remember what I predicted. Oh, there you go. I predicted 3-2 Seattle. I do think it's going to be close. Paris looking kind of good lately. We'll see. What do you think?
I gotta go. I'm gonna go 3-1 Surge. I just really like Surge on LAN. Like I said, they're the only team that has market improvement on LAN, and I think that Paris, you know, maybe they're just kind of checked out. You know, they're one of those teams that are going to be done. Going forward, I mean, New York versus LAG is a layup as far as I'm concerned. I think 3-1 is being generous to LAG. Sorry. But the FaZe RØKKR, I mean, I can save that until the end, but I think Toronto is just going to – I kind of agree with Icon almost across the board. I think Toronto probably 3-0s them, but I would say 3-1 on the record. That's what I would say, but probably 3-0s them. And then if you want, I can get into the RØKKR bit right now.
Yeah, let's. That's the one we should spend the most time on. Let's get Hyde the matches in 3 hours and 5 minutes, allegedly.
No one's counting.
Yeah, we play after the LAG NYSL match. So whenever you see that match on, no, RØKKR's coming up soon.
Here's my line of thinking. I want RØKKR to win desperately, really badly.
Let's go, come on.
But
you're about to.
No. Hear me out. If I predict FaZe and they win, at least I predicted it correctly, right? But if FaZe loses and RØKKR wins, then it's still a win for me. So so it's a win. It's a win-win.
You're trying to hedge your bets. Just I'll cover everything.
Well, it's just because it'll make me feel like 1% better if I predicted it correctly. If RØKKR lose, that's my logic, anyways.
That is a sound logic if you're only concerned about yourself, Brett Blakemore.
Oh,
Think
come
about
on.
the team and the bad juju.
Okay,
I'm just kidding.
RØKKR
Look.
in 3. Let's go.
Yeah.
RØKKR in 3. Come on.
3, man.
Let's go. RØKKR in 3. Sorry.
Imagine they'd actually, that would be that would be crazier than an upset. So
that'd be great.
I had a similar conundrum as you, because obviously I'm a homer. I'm drinking the purple Kool-Aid all day. Obviously I work for RØKKR. Come on, I'm the most biased person here, obviously. But if you take a look at the total points there in our predictions, I am 10 points ahead of Icon in our total season prediction points. So if RØKKR do win, I'm also looking at this from a selfish angle, Brett. If RØKKR do win, I get upset points. I could almost solidify my win. Almost. I'm just jinxed it for sure. But I could solidify a win here by picking RØKKR. I'm such a homer. I couldn't not. Icon did predict phase 3-2.
Leave it to him to predict against RØKKR. It's just par for the course.
He picks safe, I would say, and I pick homer, and I'm still winning. So your Kingdom made a great point on the podcast of dude, just keep doing what you're doing. If you're gonna homer pick, you're winning, so just keep doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know, make up for it in the other matches. But the thing is, there's just not that many matches left this year to make sure that I'm solid. So anyway, long way of me saying I want RØKKR to win. I think if they're going to win, it's going to be 3-2 or 3-1. I mean, it depends. If they just come out crazy and phase comes out slow, you never freaking know, man.
Yeah, you never know. Is there some forfeit to do the other two have to make the losers have to make a TikTok video of them dancing or something, or what can we do?
That's a great idea, but it's actually just the victor gets a belt, and we all have setups and whatnot. So I want to hang the belt on my setup and show it off for next, all the podcasts in the future, and just really let them know that I am Queen Predictor. But knock on wood, I'm only up by 10. But just note, I have made a big comeback here, and I am plus 65 over Icon in stage 5 alone. So not to flex, but I am flexing. And Icon, if he was here right now, I'd be roasting him for sure, face to face. So, guys, we only have 2 minutes left before the CDL stream starts. Brett Blakemore, I would love to know, what are you most looking forward to this weekend, and what are you most looking forward to happening when RØKKR plays this weekend at stage 5?
I really want RØKKR to play to their fullest potential. I thought that last major, they showed flashes of it, especially against New York. And once they played phase, like we talked about with Brian, like we talked about a little bit with Standy, they just kind of backed down and kind of let them come at them. I want to see them full flying, which sounds like they are as confident as ever. I want to see that. I want to see them pushing the map. I want to see Standy doing Standy things, because only Standy can do those Standy things. I want to see Priesta beaming, but I just want to see them play to their fullest potential. That's my biggest thing. I want to see all of the hype and all of the confidence, and we're dominating scrims. Please show me. And I'm not saying they can't. I'm not saying they won't. I'm just excited to see it. Please show me. I'm ready for it. So that's my thing. I want the most potential for RØKKR, and I think it's possible.
I think it's possible to do anything's possible. And just, beating a team in Florida last weekend in the way that we did, after them being just our juggernaut versus us all season, felt really good. Let's carry that into this weekend. But anyway, that's going to do it for the Minnesota RØKKR pre-show today. I'm really glad you guys stopped by to watch. The Call of Duty League stream is starting right now. You guys can go watch. I forget the matches already. We just talked about them. Seattle Surge versus Paris. And then we got NYSL versus LAG. And then at 5 p.m. Central, or after the NYSL LAG match, FaZe versus RØKKR. Don't miss it. If you're local to the Twin Cities and you want to come watch with some people, come to Up Down in Minneapolis. We're having a watch party. The game's going to be on. It's a barcade. It's a fun place to be, even if you didn't want to watch the game, but you want to watch the game, so come cheer on RØKKR. And anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Brett, thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate you.